James Smith and Elizabeth Smith are siblings who come from a large family. James has half as many brothers as sisters. Elizabeth has 4/5 as many brothers as sisters. How many children do Mr. and Ms. Smith have altogether? We're going to solve this problem algebraically, and in order to do that, we'll have to define our variables. So let's do that first. So we're going to say, suppose James has 2x sisters, then he must have x brothers. That's how we are going to define it. That's following from this statement. James has half as many brothers as sisters. So because of this half, and I try to avoid fractions in my variables if I possibly can, I assume James has 2x sisters, so he will have half as many. That would mean 2x divided by 2, or x brothers. Well, based on that, we can say a few things. Take a look at it. If James has 2x sisters, Elizabeth, who's a girl, will have 2x minus 1 sisters, because she cannot be her own sister. And if James has x brothers, since James cannot be his own brother, but he will be Elizabeth's brother, and Elizabeth will have x plus 1 brothers. Now, you really want to pause and try to understand these two underlined statements and how the variables were defined for a couple of minutes before you move to the next slide. Okay, the next goal is to write our equation. This line is coming from the previous slide. Elizabeth must have 2x minus 1 sisters and x plus 1 brothers. Now we are going to use this statement to write our equation. Elizabeth has 4/5 as many brothers as sisters. That tells me if you take Elizabeth's number of her sisters multiplied by 4/5, you're going to get the number of her brothers, because it says Elizabeth has 4/5 as many brothers as sisters. So number of brothers is equal to 4 over 5 times the number of sisters. Now all we need to do is solve this equation for x, which we are going to do on the next slide. So this is from the previous slide. I cross multiply, I get 5 times x plus 1 is equal to 4 times 2x minus 1, which is 5x plus 5, distributing 5 over x plus 1, distributing 4 over 2x minus 1, I get 8x minus 4. I subtract 5x from both sides, I add 4 to both sides, and I get 8x minus 5x and 5 plus 4, which boils down to 3x is equal to 9. I divide both sides by 3, x turns out to be 3. So x is 3. Now I'm going to go back and look at my variables and see if I can determine my final answer. So here's the question. Remember from the previous slide, x is 3, and I'm going to just choose this set of variables here. Elizabeth must have 2x minus 1 sisters and x plus 1 brothers. And if x is 3, she has 4 brothers. If x is 3, she has 6 minus 1, 5 sisters. Now, Elizabeth has 9 siblings, but we are not interested in the total number of siblings Elizabeth has. We are interested in how many children Mr. and Ms. Smith have altogether. And that should include Elizabeth, so my answer should be 5 plus 4 plus 1. So the total number of children Mr. and Ms. Smith have is 4 plus 5 plus 1. 1 is Elizabeth, and these are her siblings. Don't forget to add that 1. That's my answer, 10. Sorry, let's erase that. I didn't mean to. That's my answer, 10.